This is Susie. Not any regular Susie, but Susie. A girl, a robot, a teenager, a fighter. Okay, but that's for later. Today we have a little spin-off comic that I made in a week and a half. It's Halloween. Who doesn't love Halloween? But for this kid, yikes. It's been a rough night. It's a simple comic, yeah, but it was refreshing to push myself out of my comfort zone and accomplish a small project. The shading, the designs, the storytelling, although not perfect as all art is, I love doing it. Now, I don't know what it was. No, seriously, I don't know. But I really wanted to make something based on Halloween. FYI, it's May at the time of drawing this, but regardless, it's stuck onto my mind like honey. Maybe it was me thinking of Sir Pello's spooky month at random, or interested in learning Tim Burton's art style. Video on that later. Something about his childish and nostalgic roots with dark and ironically sinister undertones had me brewing up this comic. Halloween's almost an oxymoron of a season, portrayed as a time for fun, giving, and lighthearted scares dressed up with all the things that keep us up at night. The type and style of the comic was a different can of worms. I knew my visual style, but I was very new to shading and lighting. I didn't want to spend too much time on it, since I wasn't very good at it, but I also wanted the depth it gives to art. A kind of light and simple version of manga shading seemed perfect for the job. I've actually kind of adapted the style recently, so yeah. Finally, the story and characters themselves. I was just thinking about the Susie miniseries that I'm making. Not a plug, I promise. So I based it off of that. Not really a solid reason for this one, to be honest. I've started something like this comic before, but it was honestly a failed attempt. That was before I knew what I was doing, and I learned to actually structure and plan stuff. A good starting point was introducing the main character and what she's going through. That is being lonely on a cold Halloween night. She's been ditched by her friends again and doesn't know what to do. What is there to do? Anyways, this somber and chilling opening, I felt, set the tone for a regular and familiar feeling that contrasts the science fiction chaos that might ensue later. Creating the panel, I realized how much I valued the pale and plain white of the page. There was a lot of white that I left there actually, but I did it on purpose. It also gave darker places and moments more weight to them as they were being read, like the basement part or her up-close moments with her darkened hair. PSI, one last thing I wanted to note were the really intricate shading details of the stairs and carpet here. It really helped capture the scene. That's all I really wanted to say, so moving on to the juicy part. This is kind of where I started to see the main plot of the comic, as super short as it is. As she enters the pitiful cellars of her basement, a quick and shadowy figure smudges through the doorway in the corner of her gleaming little eye, irritated from all the sadness. The night's already boring. Might as well check it out, right? As I mentioned before, I tried to put less emphasis on white and used a lot more black to show the eeriness and ambience of the basement, and to finally set the scene for something odd happening. Moving on to the next page, this is where I created specific points of interest to create a sense of tension, which were a detailed close-up of the wooden door, a top-down view of the girl opening the door, and the giant glassy eyes and nose isolated from the rest of the body. The last, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it done in time. Most of the substances are there, but missing some crucial features and the shading. I will admit, this was a more silly panel with the weird face angle and the ascension of the girl. I don't know, I just felt like doing that. What does it mean? I think I meant to show her being so scared she experiences an out-of-body experience, or something like that. Yeah. I like this segment a lot. It makes me feel smart. I get to talk about what I learned and what you guys might have learned too. I got a better touch on planning and time blocking parts of the project that needed finishing, and helped me expand my view of the world I created with Susie instead of just the small little town that's being focused on. It's like a world that you just discovered getting even bigger. Anyways, expect Susie coming out soon, and goodbye.